Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we're going to dive into how to get started. And I want to help you understand the difference between really just working on your food, why I drink ketones. Some of you have been asking, what in the world is this reboot kit? What is the difference between intermittent fasting and doing a longer reboot? And so I want to help you with that. So as you're tuning in, tell me where you're tuning in from. And we're going to dive into the conversation of just getting started, where you might fit best, like what would help you get, let's just have a conversation. All right, so I would love for you to press the share button. Sharing is caring, and we're going to start. So in general, this could be for anybody. Most of the time when somebody says to me, I need to either A, get started, I need to get restarted, I need to get back on the bandwagon. Hey, Stephanie, I've tried everything. Please help me. I just give people a couple of steps, right? And if you've heard me say this before, it's a good reminder. In general, I say when you're just getting started on your health journey, there's things that I will always ask you, like, what are you drinking? Let's focus on more water, less sugar, right? What are you snacking on? So oftentimes people are just overeating and even overeating good food. So we take inventory of what is in your shaker bottle. We take inventory of how often you're snacking and really paying attention to if you're hungry or you're bored, if you're hungry or you're emotional. I talked to you about moving your body, trying to get in 10,000 steps a day. I talked to you about your sleep and your stress, right? So if we focus on what we're drinking, the foods that we're eating, moving your body, being not stressed out, because people actually don't think about how stress plays a part in their fat loss, and then your sleep. And if you just start with one step at a time and you let me help you, I will help you on your journey to give you more of an understanding and a mindset and awareness around what you're actually doing. Not just going, I'm going to lose 50 pounds and then cut everything, freak out after a couple days because somebody brought pizza or donuts to the office, and then all of a sudden you ate it, then you got frustrated, and then you quit, right? So in general, if at any point in time you want a basic foods list, like if you're brand new, post new below, I would love to get to know you. If you need a basic foods list, post food in the comments. The way I started years ago was I started with one meal at a time. I actually started with drinking ketones. So I started with this, but the food, I started with one meal at a time, one day at a time. I started with breakfast. Once I had that under control, I moved on to some snack options. I gave myself some time to figure it out, to not get stressed out, and to actually make it a lifestyle, right? The only diet that's going to work for you is the diet you stick with long-term, and it will turn into a lifestyle. You don't get to start with a lifestyle, but as you create healthy habits, and you learn why you're doing what you're doing. We're going through a book here on the KetoMOM page in the mornings called The Power to Change. It really dives into your identity, really touching base on why do you do the things that you do today? Was it because of things people said over you, the beliefs that you have about you, the things that you grew up doing, and realizing like, I'm an adult. I don't have to believe those voices from the past. I don't have to do things because my parents did it. I'm not going to use the excuse of, somebody said I would always be like this, so I just believe that. It's not believing the lies in your head, right? So hey, at any point in time, you can go to ketomomsecrets.com, click on book club. We work on mindset over there. There's recipes, there's mom fuel, there's lots of different things I can give you to help you on this journey. And you can post a question below, and you can send me a message. Now, we have a not new kit, but something I haven't talked about in a while. And it's called our Reboot Kit, our 60-hour keto reboot. And so it's a 60-hour fast that helps you rest and reset your metabolism. But I'm going to walk you through 3 different ways that you could get started if you want to use some tools to help you on your journey. So I've been talking to a lot of you today about either how to get started, what does your food look like, are you strict keto, are you low carb, hey, I need something because I'm tired, I need something to help me not eat as much, I need something to help me with some fat loss. If you would like to, I would love to know what your goals are below. Why are you here? Why are you on the KetoMOM page? What are you looking for? Is it recipes? Maybe you're looking for recipes, and I hope you found a community here if you've been here for so long, and I want to help you. So in general, when I first started, I started with drinking a pack of ketones. This is how I started. I needed to lose some baby weight, but I wasn't seeking out a diet. My husband was. My husband wanted to lose at least 50 pounds. My husband was doing the keto diet for 2 years before I joined him. And I say doing the keto diet very lightly. He would track his food. He would prick his finger to make sure he was in ketosis. He was doing the best he could. And then he would come home to me and I would make all of the pasta, all of the bread, all of the cakes, and all of the cupcakes. And then he would be such a wonderful husband, and he would eat them, and then he would fall out of ketosis. He'd have to get back into ketosis. And it was just this vicious cycle. I actually feel really bad when I think about it, but I wasn't in the mindset to do it back then, and I didn't understand it. Now, my husband handed me a pack of ketones in June 2015, and he said, Stephanie, what I have been doing with the keto diet, you can actually do with a packet. And so he handed this to me and he said, all I want you to do is drink this. And so I drank the packet. I put it in all you do is take it, you put it in some water, you drink it. It puts ketones in your system. So in under an hour, you're in ketosis. So you have better energy, helps you with your appetite. Like I wasn't snacking all day. I wasn't taking a nap. It turned my brain on because ketones are brain fuel. Like ketones are a long sustained energy. And I started with this. And I remember telling my husband, all right, I feel amazing. I don't understand the science, but if it's going to help me not snack as much, if it's going to help me get back on track, lose the baby weight, if it's going to help me feel better and keep up with our 4 daughters, hands down, I will try it. I tried it. I loved it. And that's like where we are today is because I started with this. And then no joke, I had a dream. Like within that week of me drinking ketones, I had a dream. I woke up one morning and I said, Steve, I had a dream that I started a Facebook page called KetoMOM. And he's like, what are you going to post about? And I was like, I actually don't know. But if we're going to go on this journey of eating healthy ourselves, if we're going to go on a journey of drinking ketones and helping our family eat better, like if we're going to take our kids on this journey of not being crazy strict keto all the time, we were for a period of time, I want to help people do the same. I want to give them some recipes and help them realize that it is not a straight line shot, because even I was overwhelmed, and it's going to be a process. But if people stick with it, they can change their lives, right? They can feel better. They can lose the weight. They can work on their mindset and so much more. So I started with a pack of ketones. This is how I recommend a lot of people starting. It's called our challenge kit. It's a variety box. You get to try a variety of flavors, 10 caffeine, 10 caffeine free. This is my tool. Like if you have a tool belt of things that help you throughout your day, things that help you on your journey, whatever it is, what are things you have in your tool belt? I joke about like if I put on my kitchen tool belt, like if I put on my health tool belt, there are things that are in my tool belt that help me every day. This is one of them. I love to drink out of a cup with a straw. If I have a straw, I'm not kidding, I drink more water. I will find myself getting to the end of the day, and if I did not have my cup with a straw, I know it's silly, but it seriously helps me, I drink more water. This little straw is a tool to help me drink more water. A crock pot helps our family have a meal so we're not going through the drive-thru. A crock pot, an Instapot is a tool. The air fryer for our health journey is a tool. CrossFit, because it is a community of people that I know when I go, they're not going to let me give up. They're not going to let me quit. That's a tool for me to work out. Ketones are my tool. I get up in the morning, I drink a packet, It puts me in ketosis. It puts me in a good mood. Some of you drink pots of coffee. I drink ketones. It helps me get through my intermittent fasting, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So ketones don't break your fast, and they help you get through a fast. So this is my tool. It tastes great. I feel amazing. It turns my brain on. It helps me not snack all day. It helps me focus to homeschool our girls, to dominate CrossFit workouts from my level of domination. Listen, I'm not an athlete. I'm not like a CrossFit athlete, but I'm like a mom CrossFit athlete, all right? And so much more. So if you just want to get started, I want you to message me and I can help you with your food. If you need food, like just a basic foods list, post food in the comments. If you want to know more about our challenge, post ketones in the comments, or trial, whatever you want. Post trial in the comments. We have the challenge kit or trial packs, just so that you can taste it, feel it, see how it's going to help you on your journey. You don't even have to fast yet, right? Like if somebody would have said, Stephanie, let's go dive into fasting in the very beginning of our journey, I would have said, absolutely not. I usually get hangry. I like to eat. And I couldn't even fathom not having a meal. That would have frustrated me. Hands down, it would have frustrated me. When we started drinking ketones, I started with ketones. I started with one meal at a time, one day at a time. A year, you guys listen, a year after I felt like I knew what I was doing with food, I was drinking more water. I then decided to join the gym. 1 year. All I focused on was food, water, ketones. It was actually ketones, food, water. That's it. And I would play with my girls, right? My workout was playing with our kids. I had no intention of going to the gym. A year later, I joined the gym. I did some CrossFit and I loved it, but I felt like I could handle it because I had ketones. I had a good mindset. I understood food and I just felt good. So sometimes when you dive into a journey and you try to do it all at once, it can be overwhelming. But if you take it one step at a time and you let me help you, I would love to help you. So this is where I started. I drank ketones. I focused on things like, am I hungry? Am I bored? I ate and I focused on getting rid of the pasta, the bread, the rice, eating more proteins and salads and veggies. Make sense? Now, I actually started intermittent fasting. You guys, we probably started intermittent fasting about a year ago, but I consistently have been intermittent fasting only for 60 days. Almost 90 days. And what we did is our company created a fasting kit. And so it's a kit that you can try for 5 days, Monday through Friday. And the way I'm helping people understand this is sometimes we can get overwhelmed if you're trying to cut everything and all of a sudden you're like, I used to drink 5 sodas a day. I would have cookies, at night, and you have these things that you're like, I want to cut, but I need to do it slowly. I'm like, let's start with Monday through Friday. Can you commit Monday through Friday of things like drinking your ketones, drinking your water, moving your body, and doing the best you can with your food? And we'll make one low carb meal, maybe one just a carb let's do that. We'll dive into intermittent fasting once you feel like you've got your food under control. And all intermittent fasting is it legitimately helps you with your heart health, your brain health, your fat loss. Go Google intermittent fasting. And if you want help with it and you're like, water doesn't cut it, I'm starving by 10 o'clock. Basically, it's 16 hours of a fast. You stop eating after dinner. You go to the next day lunch. And you can drink everything in the kit. There are some ketones. We've got ketones, electrolytes. We actually have our keto protein, our keto protein that doesn't break your fast. And now you might be going, how does that not break your fast? I have a video that can show you from the doctor who created it so you can understand it. But the kit is to help you, to get you through those 5 days, just to help you start thinking about what intermittent fasting is. And I'm going to tell you, just Google it. Go Google intermittent fasting. Now, there are 2 different types of fasts, right, that I help coach people through. We've got intermittent fasting. Hey, thank you, by the way. Somebody said she likes my shirt. We have intermittent fasting, and we have a 60-hour keto reboot. You guys, I used to talk about this a lot, and I haven't recently because we've been redoing it. So pretend this package is purple, all right? We have a brand new keto reboot, and we have done this for years, and I actually did this. I did this before I did consistently intermittent fasting. This, to me, now, I love it. I've never felt better. I love that I can get up drink my ketones, have my electrolytes. I've got protein and different things to get me through my morning if I want to have the protein, or different things to help me through the whole day. I feel amazing. And I felt amazing for years, but when I actually introduced fasting, I was like, man, this is great. And I was explained it this way. So Dr. Ryan Lowry, Dr. Jacob Wilson, which created our product, really had a great explanation. I have a video that can explain to you like fasting and what that looks like. If you want, well, actually, I want you to listen to this one more thing, because I want you to decide which fast might work for you, or where you'd like to get to start, where you would like to start. But he said this, oftentimes, like, we need sleep. Your sleep actually, if you're not sleeping well and you're not getting a good amount of sleep, it actually affects if your body's going to hold on to your fat or not, if you're going to lose weight or not. And sleep and stress are things that people don't talk about. And so he said, what would happen if you only got 3 hours of sleep? You would be crabby. Some of you wouldn't. My dad can go on no sleep. I don't understand it, but for real. In general, if I only got 3 hours of sleep a night, I would not be the best mom that I could be. Now, what happens is this. When you do fasting, even intermittent fasting, what you do is you're allowing your body to rest after eating and digest your food, and it really is resetting your metabolism. What's happening is, if you eat from the time you go to bed and then you eat right when you wake up in the morning, your body is getting, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm laughing because I try not to read the comments, but I'm not even going to comment on some of those comments. Y'all are funny. I'll come back and read them later. I don't know what Faith is talking about, but Faith, I hope it's great. I try not to get distracted, but I'll tell you this. What would happen if you only got 3 hours of sleep, but if you're eating from the time you go to bed and then you eat right when you wake up, your body is basically getting 3 hours of rest, and it's not enough. So it slows things down. It holds on to things. You don't feel good. And so I'm not saying that you have to fast, but we can help you not eat as much. And even if you're going to eat breakfast in the morning, stop eating so late at night. It's just a suggestion and something you can work towards, right? Now, we introduced something called the Keto Reboot, I think in 2018. And it's a 60-hour fast. And you might go, oh my goodness, 60 hours, Stephanie. I might be challenged just to get to lunchtime. This is a process. But when I did this, I actually did it because my kids said, you will never do that, Mom. You will never do that because you get hangry, and I'm very competitive. So I was like, you watch me do it. I can do it. And I did it. The very first reboot our company ever did. Now, the reboot system is you take some pills before you go to bed. We usually start on a Sunday. You drink ketones, electrolytes. Here's the kicker. We used to have a broth, but we swapped out the broth for different proteins. And because the protein doesn't break your fast, they've been doing the research on it. So we have the proteins, which taste great. So we've got our ketones, we've got our electrolytes, we've got our proteins to get you through that 60-hour window to truly reset your metabolism. And I have a great video from a friend that it can explain it to you. So if you want to, and here's how I tell people this. If you're just like, I just need to get started eating better and I need something to help me stay on track, I'm going to have you start with the challenge kit. We'll dive into fasting later, unless you think you can handle a longer fast. So if you're like, I just need something to help me with my energy, my focus, my appetite control, so I'm not eating all day long, post trial down below. Because there's different ways you can grab the ketones, even like a 5-day pack if you just want to try and see what you think. Now, if you already are doing great, maybe the next step for you is like, you know what? I know I've been doing this. I know how to eat. I want to amplify what I'm doing. I want to kickstart. I actually could use a good fast. Then you can either decide, do you want something to help you intermittent fast for 5 days just to trial it? Or do you want a 60-hour keto reboot? So either post I fast below. Just, you can post like I fast or IF. Or if you're like, I actually want to join you for the next reboot, because we're going to do this on my KetoMOM page. We're going to do this together. So today, if you're watching live, it is the 4th of March. And so whoever grabs this, we're going to do it all together as a big group, probably the 3rd week of March. So I'll get the exact dates. But if you grab the kit, I will walk you through it every single day. I will do a live. I'll coach you through it. We can have an accountability group. even if, whatever you want to do, whether it's intermittent fasting or you want to grab the reboot, we're going to do these together. And I'll do some coaching and different things. So if you want to know more about the reboot, post reboot in the comments. It's different than the last one. You're going to be getting protein, our Keto Pro Protones. And, or if you're like, I actually would like to eat and not eat for 60 hours, which by the way, this is great. Intermittent fasting, wherever you want to get started, or you can just post fasting below and I will give you both infos. I will give you the video so you can watch it. If you want to just see the video that explains the different fasts, just post video in the comments and I'll send that to you. Wherever you want to get started, I would love to help you on your journey. As always, you can tune in here. You can ask questions. There's recipes that have been shared here since 2015. You can go to KetoMomSecrets.com, click on recipes, click on mindset, click on trials, because we've got different trial packs for you to even try different things. I want to help you. And sometimes people go, I don't understand. If your body can make ketones, why would you drink them? And I say, because most people are not doing the keto diet right. They actually won't do it right. Their body won't make ketones, and ketones are a fuel source. You don't have to be strict keto to drink the product. You guys, it's incredible. So your body can be a dual fuel system, and it can eat. You can still eat. I would say I prefer, if your goal is fat loss, I want you to eat low carb or carb conscious, your version of healthy, right? Some people I have that are vegan, some people are Whole30, but they're eating meals. They're not snacking all day. They're being mindful of their food. They're drinking their water and they're moving their body, at least getting steps in, and they're drinking ketones as their fuel. Some of you drink a lot of coffee, energy drinks, I don't even know what, shots of like crazy caffeine. I drink ketones, and so it works for me. I feel great. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be drinking them for 8 years. And so whatever it is, whatever you need, if you need a foods list just to get started of like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, listen, it's not a fancy list. It's like, here's what I did. Post food in the comments. If you want to know anything about fasting, if you just post fasting below, I'm actually going to show you the difference between intermittent fasting and this, and I'll give you the video. So it doesn't matter what fast you're interested in. Anybody that posts fasting below, I'll give you the video and we'll chat about what might work for you if you're interested. If you're like, no, thank you, I like to eat, let's start with the challenge kit post trial. Here's the deal. I want to help you. I like to say, get in where you fit in. If all you need is some mindset help, I would love to connect with you and help you. And so there's a lot of different things that people don't think about that really truly play a factor. I already said sleep was important. Stress is important, but your mind is the most important, right? And if you've been told certain lies or you believe certain lies or people have spoken things over you or you just thought it's never going to happen for me, we can break that. I would love to help you. And so message me, all right? Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that was helpful. Ask all of your questions below and I'll talk to you very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Your presence matters. Bye.